Let's go truthing or faking. On the other side of our studio is Maya Yagaten with that. Good evening to you, Maya. Great to see you. We're heading to Niger, where security forces have seized large quantities of weapons in Niamey. They say they belong to France. They're accusing Paris of trying to destabilize Niger. Now, Maya, truth or fake? Tell us.
Well, 7 months after the coup that toppled Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum, tensions are still running high between Paris and Niamey. The latest, well, it is in that video. It's a 5-minute report made by RTN. It's the national public broadcaster in Niger. And approximately 2 minutes in, you're going to see weapons. Here they are. In this footage, Nigerian security forces show a significant amount of military equipment seized, they say, in raids conducted in the capital, Niamey. We're speaking here of dozens of rifles, of pistols, of hand grenades. The list goes on and on. Now, the junta, days after the raids, they took it to Twitter and they said that caches of weapons of war were discovered in Niamey in a villa which turned out to be a real military operations center. A whole arsenal of weapons designed to destabilize our country has been uncovered, they say. The junta directly pointing here the finger at the French authorities, saying that Paris is fomenting a conspiracy against them in Niger. And that video, that tweet has been viewed over 100,000 times just on X.
So it raises the question, Maya, doesn't it? Did France really keep such an arsenal in the centre of the capital of Niger, Niamey?
Well, you do remember that right after the coup in July 2023, the new regime decided to sever all ties with the former colonial power France. They asked the army, the French army, to leave the territory. They were based in Niger to fight against terrorism. The army, the French army, left the country a few days. The last soldier left the country a few days before Christmas. Now, going back to the story of the arsenal being seized, it's been seized in 2 different places in Niamey, but those places were not directly linked to France, but to the EU, rather. EU Cap Sahel Niger. It stands for European Union Capacity Building Civilian Mission, established in 2012 with 16 countries participating. It's a team of experts who trained policemen, basically, in Niger against organized crime, for example, or drug trafficking. So now when you go back to the report and you look at the different pictures, those pictures used to allege a French conspiracy, you're going to notice tiny little details. First, the rifles. Those are true rifles, but AR-18. The French military does not use them. Second, those ammunition. If you look closely, it's written fiocchi. Sounds Italian, it is Italian, it's not French. And last but not least, here you're going to see bulletproof vest with a flag, the EU flag. Why that? Well, because all this equipment has been seized in a place belonging to a European mission. It's not owned directly by France, but by the EU.
It still leaves the question, though, doesn't it, Maya? And I'm sure you have an answer to this one. Why would a European mission stockpile so many weapons?
Yes, exactly. I do have the answer. And our sister radio, RFI, decided to reach out to the EU to have a better understanding of what happened. And a spokesperson confirmed that the headquarters have been searched by Nigerian security forces without any warrant, they say, without any warning. And in another story published this time in Der Spiegel, witnesses say that those security forces spent hours breaking into different rooms, including offices and armory, a move that resulted in that equipment being confiscated. According to the EU, all that equipment was here for one reason and one reason only. It was to protect the staff of the EU mission. Because even though the French troops have left Niger, all the EU Cap Niger mission have not, including some French nationals, by the way. And last December, the EU got a warning by the Nigerian junta saying, okay, we're scrapping military agreements. We want you to leave the territory before June. So about 30 of the staff of the EU mission are still in Niger, and the EU must now ensure that they are leaving safely the country, but they will obviously not be able to live with the equipment. The equipment is now in the hands of a government that is known to be sharing disinformation about France, and also that is growing closer and closer to Russia by the day.
Indeed, the fallout of the end of Operation Barkhane, France's withdrawal and France's expulsion from Niger as well, part and parcel of that, and now yet another aspect of that happening again with this disinformation and the truth unearthed by Maya yet again here with Truth or Fake. Maya, thank you very much indeed for that.